Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Iwing Marketplace. Iwing Marketplace Chit Chat, where we give the opportunity for entrepreneurs to talk about themselves and what they do, so we can learn from them and we can also support them. Today we have a very, very smart lady. Thanks for joining us today, Dee.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me, Ivan.
Wow. This is Black History Month, and I'm happy we get to do this, during Black History Month. But Dee, can you introduce yourself?
Sure, absolutely. My name's Dee Kwamboka. I am the owner of Kwamboka the business. And our business really is a partnership with a bunch of vendors and artisans back in my home country of Kenya. So we offer you some amazing African print fashion, accessories, and art, all made mainly in Kenya, but we did start doing some more business with some other businesses in the continent as well. But yeah, that's us in short.
Wow, Dee, I just love the fact that how you're doing business with Africa. That's what usually excites me the most. So can you tell me how did it all got started? What inspired you?
Oh, absolutely. Honestly, it kind of started just almost on accident, right? I went back home back in 2019. I have an amazing friend. Her name's Terry. She's a family friend of ours. She's a seamstress. She makes amazing clothes. She's gone to school for fashion design. And unfortunately, her business just wasn't taking off at home. You know, when people are back home, they have a lot of other priorities. Fashion is not on top of the list, right? So and I know she does amazing work. So for me as a friend, when somebody's kind of like, hey, this is what's going on, I go into how do we solve this, like problem solving mode. So when I got back to the US after that trip, I would wear outfits and people would constantly be like, hey, where'd you get your outfit from? And I'm like, oh, I could get you one made. And so I would just take custom orders for friends, and then they would wear them, and then somebody else would reach out to them. So that's just kind of how it started. And so I am a CPA, my 9 to 5. And so as I'm doing this, it's taking a lot of time. And I'm thinking, well, how can this become beneficial, for everybody involved? So that's how the business started. It just started as me taking custom orders for friends of friends. And then we started with that. And then, she made me a little starter pal, so you want to call it. And that's how we started. So in
That's
seeing how her business was flourishing from the partnership, it got me really excited. And I started to think, well, maybe we can do more than just the clothes. And I just know there's a lot of beautiful work that comes out of my country. So I just started getting connected to different people. And now in 2024, almost 5 years later, we have 8 amazing partners that we work with. And it's just been great to see it grow organically.
wow, this is really beautiful. 8 amazing partners
Yeah,
all
shout out to y'all.
collaborating. That's wonderful. One thing I love is, when people can collaborate. How have you been able to pull that collaboration?
Man, I think it's just with having a vision, right? Like I said, everything kind of just fell into my lap, honestly. So, like with Terry, of course, so our seamstress, I told you how I started. And then with the t-shirt, it was something similar. Just the relationships you build while you're out here in the world. Because I was just talking to someone about what I was doing with the seamstress, and they were like, "Oh my God, I know an amazing person that does these amazing t-shirts, sweatshirts. You should reach out to them and see maybe they would be interested." And that's just kind of how it's worked out. One of the ladies reached out to me just via Instagram. She's back home in Kenya, and that's how we connected. And then when I was in Kenya last year, we met in person. And it's been a good journey. It's just been growing organically just by, building relationship and being loud and intentional about what you're trying to do, because people are listening, and a lot of times when people have resources, they are looking to connect and help you win.
So, in terms of the products that you have, what are your best sellers, of the fashion accessories? and the cloth.
Yes. So we have a lot of really, really amazing products. So please check us out on Kwamboka.com. I saw you missed the M on the spelling, so there is a little M in between the
Oh,
A
right,
and the
right,
T.
right. Sorry
No worries
about that.
about that. But then definitely you can also find us on our Instagram, which is Kwamboka_KE. And on our Instagram, we have different ways. You can always shop through our stories. We sometimes have things that are not on the website that we do one-off sales. And do not miss, I don't know if you guys get to see this before tomorrow, which is Wednesday, but every Wednesday we have a bingo night at 7 p.m. Eastern. It's a collaborative game. It's fun where you can shop with us. But yeah, let me share with you guys just a few of our favorite sellers. Of course, people love the clothes, and those are always changing. Seasons change, and we're always, trying to be more creative, come up with new things. Of course, I am rocking a Kwamboka blazer dress. This is something that we do have a few left in stock. So if you would be interested, let us know. But to be honest, like one of our favorite items that people are really excited about is this Mfuko tote bag. And what it is, it's a small denim pouch that opens up into a tote bag. So when you're traveling, when you are going to the supermarkets, just to have it in your car, in your big purses. So it opens up, as you can see.
Wow, that's beautiful.
And it opens up into a tote bag. It's got some
Wow.
reinforced handles, so it's a good size. Especially if you're doing like just picking up a few groceries. And then the pouch part also becomes a functional pocket, so you can throw your keys or your phone here real quick. And we have these. They come in different patterns that change often, but this is one of the patterns that we have now. So this is one of our popular items, which I should definitely check out. Another really popular item with the girlies is, of course, our mini Ankara purses. Everybody loves a good bag, and we do offer these in a few different prints. Definitely check out the website. Those do stay updated as well, because we try to get different prints for the seasons and just
That's
whatever's
really
hot at the moment.
beautiful.
So these are really, really cute, and
Wow.
they're one of our best sellers as well. My favorite print at the moment is this
Wow.
red and pink and gold situation right here.
Wow.
That's my favorite one right now. But if you're looking for something a little bigger and you are, you're not looking for a little mini bag, we also have these tote bags that are oversized. This will fit all of your overnight stuff. It will fit all your work stuff. If it's a laptop, a bunch of notebooks. So it
Wow.
does have a zipper at the top, so all of your stuff is protected. So this is another one
Beautiful.
of our best sellers.
Nice.
And then before I actually I could talk all day about about all the amazing items that we have. But I have to talk about our school sweatshirts. We customize
Nice.
this for any college. So as you can see, this one is a Bowie State one. And then the back
Nice.
is all Ankara as well. And these are definitely a fan favorite. We have a few of these on the website. We do customize them. So you reach out to us. We look at your school colors. We try to match, the fabric to your school colors as well. So yeah, reach out to us and we'll get you one amazing one as well. But yeah, these are really loved by our customers for most part. And then, of course, I would be remiss if I didn't shout out the continent. We do have our brass items. This right here is really popular. It's
Beautiful.
our Africa map ring. It is
Beautiful.
adjustable, so it fits kind of all sizes. And we would love for you guys to experience, a little bit of Kenya, a little bit of Africa. So definitely use the discount code Iwing will get you 15% off, and that is good until the end of the month. And we're really looking forward to packaging an order for you.
Oh, that's beautiful. And I see you have some beautiful stuff, a lot of stuff on your Instagram, that are not on your website. How does it work? If somebody wants to order some of them, can they do that?
Yeah, so we're a one-woman shop right now. We are manifesting some help this year, but we're definitely a one-woman shop. So with that being said, sometimes it does take time for things to get on the website, but if you see anything that you like on our Instagram, definitely send us a little DM, a little message. We have our phone number out there. You can send us a text message. We have our email and the website out there as well. So you can contact us. whatever is most convenient for you, and we'll definitely make sure if we have it, you got it. If we don't have it, we can either make a custom or suggest some other suggestions.
So tell me, what do you like most about, running your own small business?
To be quite honest, and it's probably, my most proudest moment about this business is because it goes back to helping people in my home country. Like I said, I am a CPA. I've been working for over 15 years in that field, and so from a time and financial standpoint, sometimes it seems like it's not really being lucrative, but just to see the differences that it's made for people back home, like that is, sorry, I get emotional, but it really inspires me. It keeps me grounded. It keeps me going. Terry's shop has gone from being just her to, having permanent hire and sometimes temporary hire due to the order. So just seeing those little progresses, there is that small African proverb that says, I'm gonna paraphrase because I don't know the exact words, but it goes to the extent of, if you think you haven't made a difference, or like spend a night with a mosquito or something, just meaning like every little thing makes a difference. So sometimes our impact might not be on a large scale, but for me, it just feels good to know that there is some kind of impact that's being made.
That's right. That's right. Sales also is something that, is tough, when it comes to fashion accessories,
Yes.
What are some of the strategies that you've been able to put in place in order to, get sales?
Yeah, it's just like any other business. You have to really market your product. So for sure, 9 out of 10 times, if you see me outside, I am going to have something on. So I am a walking billboard for my brand. I don't care if it's as small as my Kenyan bracelet, which doesn't leave my arm. We sell those as well. Or to something as big as my entire outfit. So marketing is a really big thing in terms of getting sales. And of course, being a numbers guy, and of course, because we all know the purpose of all the businesses at the end of the day is, finances. Being a number person is definitely keeping on top of your numbers, because that is what is going to make you see how your business is doing, to know the financial wellness of your business. And then that's where it's going to make you see what categories you either spend more and spend less. How much can you allocate to marketing without, killing your bottom line. So it is important to stay on top of your financial goals. Because sometimes you could be selling everything that you have, but given everything else that comes with running a business, you might not be making any money. So really making sure you're thinking about those expenses that people might not think about. Think about your time. That is an expense. Every time you're at a pop-up shop for 3 hours, that is 3 hours, the opportunity cost of it. So you want to incorporate all of that stuff in your pricing. But definitely just staying in top of your finance. I would say finance and marketing are the biggest things that will drive sales. But of course, we have beautiful product as well. But a lot of people have beautiful products. So
So what has been the biggest challenge so far, being a business owner?
I don't even know. Getting sales is always a challenge, for one, just to be all the way honest. But for two, it's just it's more like a life lesson, right? Running a business, it's really opening your eyes to being able to pivot and make changes when necessary. Like when I started the business, I started out going to pop-up shops. This was back in 2019. So, people are starting to love our stuff. We're starting to get out there in the community. And then a few months later, COVID happens, we're shut down, and now we're having to rethink how do we run the business. So we started doing live sales on Instagram, just finding other ways to connect with customers. So I think it's just having that adaptability and the willingness to change, because that is honestly the one thing that's constant is change. As cliche as that is, but life comes at you fast. So just having an open mind that even if you have a really stringent goal, there could be very many different ways to meet that goal. So
So what's your mantra when things are when things are tough? What's your mantra that keeps you going?
Yeah, I am a mantra person. I like that you remember that about me. But so the one that I use a lot of times, or that I always go back to, is that nothing is personal, nothing is perfect, and nothing is permanent. And just to elaborate it, and you could use, I literally use it in all situations. Like if people start to piss me off, I'll sit there and be like, okay, nothing's personal, because a lot of times people are either projecting, or or even if I've offended you, I feel like there's a way to discuss things without disrespecting people. So a lot of times when people throw aside energy, it's because of what they might be going through, or just their way of responding to things. So I have to remember, this is not personal. It's not about me. It's about them. Or nothing is permanent. When things are stressing you out, you're just like, okay, I got to get through this. And you just always got to remember, nothing is permanent, and not even life. So
That's beautiful. So
yeah.
there are so many people out there in the US and maybe other countries that want to start up their own fashion business, like what you're doing, what advice do you have for them?
I mean, there's definitely more than enough talent, more than enough product in the continent of Africa. And there's so many different ways of reaching these artisans, these creators. So my challenge is, as much as we support, the made in, I wouldn't name no countries, products, we should really be equally as proud to push made in Africa products. For one, it is helping our people back home, and for two, I mean, we have amazing product. We have amazing product that, and I think it's just time for Africa to make its mark. And
Right,
yeah, so don't be afraid to. You can reach out to me as a resource, but there's definitely so many resources out there. Don't be afraid to go on Etsy and find you a vendor. And and you can start as small as as where you're at, or as big as you want to start. Right? You can start off
right.
with $50 and get a few rings, resell them, reinvest that back into the business. So I would say, if you are looking to start a business and you have the drive and you have the willingness, the products are there, the connections are there. You just have to want it, and of course, market yourself and put yourself out there.
That's beautiful. Like you're doing,
I'm
going
trying,
to pop-up
man.
shop, coming live every Wednesday. Yeah, I admire you. I admire your tenacity. It's
Thank
so
you. I
beautiful what you're
appreciate it.
doing.
I appreciate it. And I am beating myself up every day feeling like I'm not doing enough. So sometimes when I get those encouraging words from people like, hey, you're doing great, like it feels good. And it definitely, again, a source of motivation for sure. So thank you so much.
It's a learning process as well, because like the knowledge that you're getting from this, right? Especially being a number person. I know most people in accounting, sales is very difficult for them.
Hmm.
So you're building that skills, it's going to lead to more uh, different things. You know what I mean, right? You
Yes,
can use
yes.
these skills to, grow so many other businesses. So what you're doing is really, really wonderful. But we can't go without talking a little bit about Kenya. I love Kenya. That's one of my favorite places that I've
Yes.
lived in. Yeah, so, like for people who want to travel to Kenya, what advice do you have for them in terms of where to visit and what to
Oh
eat?
man, I would say definitely go visit Kenya. It is an amazing, amazing place to visit. It just really depends on how much time you have, right? I would say if you don't have a lot of time, you can definitely find a lot within Nairobi city limits. You can find amazing food. You can find the Nairobi National Park, which I believe is the only national park that is within city limits in the world. You can do a game drive over there. You can go to Giraffe Center and feed the giraffes. That's a little cheat hack. Instead of going to the giraffe miner, that's going to cost you a lot more. But yeah, there's definitely a lot to do. You can there's a lot of markets you can shop. Yeah, there's definitely a lot to see. But if you have a lot more time, I would definitely include a game drive to Masai Mara, because a lot of tourists do go to Kenya for the sole purpose of going on an African safari. So definitely do yourself a favor and go out and see the animals out in their, in their natural habitat. If you got a little bit more time, you can definitely check out the coast. We have a pristine coastline. Check out Diani Beach. Go to the island of Lamu. Plenty to see over there. if you have even more time, you could go to the Highlands and hike Mount Kenya. Do a lot of hiking. So
Nice.
it really depends on what your vibe is. But I think Kenya really has a little bit of something for everybody.
That's beautiful. I love Lamu, by the way. I've been to Lamu. It's so beautiful out there.
Wow. See, I
Yeah.
haven't even been to Lamu. That's on my bucket list. So.
That's what my Kenyan friends in Nairobi were saying. Like, you come and you've been everywhere, and I've been here all my life. I've never been to Lamu. But if you're watching this, make sure you visit Kwamboka.com, shop, use our discount code, to shop, and make sure you support Dee, because supporting Dee is not only going to put money in our pocket, but it's also supporting the makers, the creators back home in Kenya. It's giving them life, right, Dee?
Yes. We definitely appreciate all of that because, like I said, we just keep reinvesting in the community, and it just has had really good impact. So, there's so many projects that we do that I could talk about. I know we are a little pressed for time, but definitely come follow us on Instagram. You can learn more about the business. I'd love to chat with you if you have any questions about supporting artisans out in Kenya specifically. And I have a few connections in Ghana too. I'm no gatekeeper, so I have a few connections in Ghana as well. So yeah, definitely love to support those people. And if you need information, I'm happy to be a resource.
That's really kind of you. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you support businesses on Iwing Marketplace. And
oh, really quickly before you kick us out, yes, I do really want to shout you out. Again, power of networking. We met out at a pop-up event, but definitely this is just a powerful app because it does bring all of these businesses together in one place. And also, I know this was a lot about us, but Ivan also uses developers, graphic designers from the continent as well. So it's almost like an alignment because it's just about support, like having come from home, what people are going through, the struggle, their day to day. Because it's one thing telling somebody, but if you've lived it and you are committed to the same work, it's almost like it was aligned for this to happen. So I'm excited to be on the platform. Definitely check it out. Check us out on the platform. We're going to keep updating our stuff on there. We're definitely still very new, trying to figure out how it all works. But yeah, let's support this. If you have a business, get on the platform. Let's make it big because Amazon who?
Beautiful. Guys, don't forget to use the discount code IWING to shop on Kwamboka.com. I hope you set up the code already.
Yes.
So people can start shopping.
If not, it will be on literally by 6 p.m. today. So
okay. Thank you so much, and keep doing what you're doing. Please, guys, help subscribe to Iwing Marketplace YouTube channel and help us share this video. We are out.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
You're welcome.